Hey guys, what's going on? It's your girl Yvette and my handsome husband.
Wow, handsome. I get handsome today.
Okay,
alright.
How y'all doing? You see me? I got the Bridgerton curls. So y'all know about Bridgerton, don't you? Did you watch Bridgerton?
Madam, I do know about
Your
Bridgerton.
Grace. Your Grace.
I know about Bridgerton.
Anyway, y'all.
Lucy.
Did they say Lucy?
They should.
They said it all kind of words.
One time. The whore! How dare you kiss another man? I've seen you in the garden holding hands. She is loose. Like, man, he would cry if he seen the Bussy Challenge. He was like, oh my, stop it, stop
the Bridgerton Bussy.
The Bridgerton Bussy Challenge.
Yeah, I'm gonna be the first one to do the Bridgerton Bussy.
And you gonna get busted down.
That's funny.
I'm answering questions. Like, we riding in the car today. My son, he was like, "Hey, Dad, what does the F word mean?" And I was like, "Oh, man,
I forgot what that meant too."
I told him, I said, "Man, it's like people use it when things are messed up pretty bad. You know what I'm saying? They're like, man, it's F word up. You know." He's like, "Oh." He's like, "What does the S word mean?" I was like, "Man, that's what you say when things are F word up."
I'm just saying, do you advise your male and female children the same way? Okay. Like, you tell your daughter, don't be out in these streets doing nothing and come home with no baby. Are you going to tell your son the same thing?
All right. So, I'll say this. I will tell my daughter not to wear any short shorts. I will. Okay. Like, please don't wear them short shorts. But I'm telling my son, please don't wear any short shorts.
But that's not what I mean.
I tell them both the same thing.
Can you tell them not to put on them gray sweatpants, though?
Listen, my daughter can wear gray sweatpants, so why can't my son?
But your daughter don't got nothing to show in gray sweatpants, and your son may. So I'm just saying, do you advise them the same? Like, he can't wear gray sweatpants, and she can't wear, Daisy Dukes.
To be honest, I'll tell him, hey, son, just to let you know, they looking. They looking. They see it.
They looking.
And your mama don't want you to wear them things out of here. And he be like, but Daddy, you got on gray sweatpants. I'm like, yeah, and I can't leave the house. Your mama not letting me leave the house, so I can't let you leave the house. Good thing it's virtual learning today.
Yeah, indeed.
So I would definitely tell him. But to be honest, man, it's different. It is a difference for women, for sons and daughters, right? I'm not saying that there should be, but there's a difference, because there's certain things I'm gonna have to tell my daughter to look out for that I hopefully won't have to tell my son to look out for. You know what I'm saying?
But
so
I feel like
it's like you got to be told different things sometimes. Like,
you do.
My daughter has a possibility of coming home with a baby in her. My son has a possibility of coming home with a baby in somebody else. So it's two totally different scenarios. You get what I'm saying?
It is, but the responsibility is the same once you become a parent. So whether or not he is the one carrying like full time, whether or not you see the baby growing in your home or not, he needs to be ensuring that his seed is about to be taken care of, right, just like she is preparing and nesting for that baby. So
I'm telling you like this. Look, fam, neither one of y'all
bringing no babies home.
Off top. Three, two.
Hey guys, how you doing?
What's good?
Yvette.
And your boy B. What's good?
And this is Lounging with the Little. We always do.
I don't even know. We don't even have no. We don't have no intros.
We don't. We just be doing sound effects.
I feel like we did it pretty well together.
We did okay. How y'all doing? It's the first day of February.
Yeah.
There you go with the sound effects again.
Because it's February, fam.
It's February, and it is the first day of Black History Month.
It's a brand new year for Black people.
Yes, it is.
I feel like we are on the news. Why we look like we newscasters? Like, I feel like I should have some papers and people.
We We not. We just chilling. It's like called lounging with the little. We should
Yeah.
be lounging right now. So
We really should.
Stool.
I think next time
But
we
stool,
probably
you can
should.
lounge at a stool. But anyways, this is the first day of Black History Month. We want to say rest in peace to Miss Cicely Tyson, who recently passed away. She is a great actress. She will be forever remembered. And to the author I love, Mr. Eric Jerome Dickey, who just passed away at the beginning of January. He is a great urban fiction writer.
Ridiculous, right?
These two are Black History greats.
And what's the name of that book?
Which one? A Wanted Woman. Is that what you're talking about?
Oh, okay. What's the name of that book?
A Wanted Woman.
Man, so that was the first ever audio book, right? That I had played. And when I tell you, man, that thing right there took me on a drive. Like, we were riding somewhere, man. And I didn't even realize. I was like, yo, I'm good. I'm wide awake. Man, that thing was so thrilling. And I was like, man, this is what books do?
This is one of the greatest.
This is a book? Man, how come you never told me about these things?
It's not even urban fiction, African American literature, whatever you would like to call it. He's one of the greatest authors of all time. He's who introduced me to Black Panther, and he will be greatly missed. I've been reading him for over 20 years. Yes, he wrote for Black Panther for Marvel.
People don't even know that,
a lot of people don't know that.
People don't know that. They just think he write like romantic rom-coms.
Well, not all his books were romantic. Some of them were about
action.
They were actual. They were considered
the
espionage.
Yeah.
Right. So, check them out if you get a chance. It's Black History Month. Read about your history, your authors, your poets, everybody. Langston Hughes, Paul Laurence Dunbar, everybody. And we've got some great news for you. Miss Stacey Abrams has been nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize.
Give it up one time for Miss Stacey Abrams.
She changed the state from red to blue. She took all of that.
That's a whole lot of paint.
That is. She was unable to win the race as governor due to voter submission, but she took all of that energy and she redirected it and was able to get over millions of voters, or I can't exactly remember the number, but there were so many people who were registered to vote just because of Miss Stacey Abrams. So congratulations to her on her nomination. She is making Black history.
Yo. So with Black history, a lot of times we focus on the big people that we know about, right? And it's so many. I don't want to say small names because they big names. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
In Black history that we overlook, right? And then sometimes we look at them, but then we keep moving, and we overlook the Black history that's right around us, right?
That's true.
So we overlook maybe our parents, our grandparents, aunties, and uncles, cousins, people that in our family that are doing things for the first time. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
And making Black history every day. You know, so
or get together and get the initiative or create the initiative to create Black history. You know, be the first Black family in your city to do something specific. Have a community garden, or just figure out a way that you can make Black history
make
some
an
way.
impression.
Yeah,
and so one of the things that I propose and I'm thinking about doing, right, I think we should do is every day we take one of the people in our family, grandmothers. You still got grandmother's alive, and that's amazing to me. And we could take a picture of them, get some information just about where they from, what they did. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we wait, and then we have to do ancestry, DNA, and everything else.
That's true.
It don't tell the story like the people that actually went through it. You know what I'm saying? So maybe that's something we can do is take a moment and realize the history within
ourselves.
Yeah.
People always talk about who their ancestors are, but they talk about it generalized as far as the people who fought for our rights. Excuse me. But there are ancestors in your own home. Figure out where you came from, where you're going, or not where figure out where you came from, where they came from, and where they came from. And so I do think that's something you should do, is reach back as far as you can, get as much information as you can. Some people are leery, but I think it's worth looking for. It's an investment in yourself to figure out who you are. And I know it's hard for, us to figure out a lot of things. But sometimes it's good to know how far we've come,
Right.
so we can know, that could motivate us to go further.
Yeah.
So I think we should try.
And also, like you had said, the nominated for Nobel Peace Prize, right?
Yes.
And being nominated for being nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize after not winning something that you really were invested in, something that you really, really wanted, and it didn't work out in your favor.
Yes.
And you had mentioned earlier about having that hustle spirit,
Right.
having that go-getter attitude, behavior. And it's like, yo.
They say a setback is the setup for a come up, right?
Yeah.
So she thought, I lost, but she used that to motivate her and, push her forward to make sure that we had more people registered to vote so that we could get a certain person out of office. So I think that she did a great job redirecting that energy. And I think that's what we should do when we get in situations like that, where it doesn't work out in our favor. Redirect the energy to still, let our light be able to shine just in a different way.
Yeah, so I think that's dope, right? So a lot of times we do want to quit after that, like, yo, I seen somebody boxing before and they got hit, and after they got hit, they're like, no.
You ain't talking about Gregory.
No. He not
you ain't
boxing.
talking about Nate Robinson.
Nah, man. Shout out to them, man, because Nate did something that ain't nobody else did in his family. He made Black History. He made Black History in his family. And so shout out to Nate because he doing things that take him outside his rim. Because he's a dope basketball player. Indeed. He's like winning dunk contests. You know what I'm saying? Like, he is really amazing to be who he is, but that just shows the tenacity that's within him. You know what I'm saying? So very for him to jump into the ring, to do something that's totally outside of his wheel spectrum, whatever you call it, he wasn't doing what he used to do.
He wasn't.
He did something brand new, man. Bump everybody that's hating on him, man.
I ain't hating. I just asking you to talk about him.
Nah, man. I'm just saying, like, that takes that commitment, that challenge, to do something courage that you usually don't do. You know what I'm saying?
That's very true.
And like, what if you did it and you was really, really good at it? You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
You're like, yo, I didn't know that I was so good at getting laid out, man. I had no idea. Who knew? But then he used it as endorsements, and now he
got endorsed for Lazy Boy?
No, Sir Sleeper.
Sir.
Yeah, they say count how many Nate Robinsons have you counted? Brum.
Yo, great idea.
Yeah, he really should use it to come up. Like, every loss
came up with it first.
So anyway. Nate, that's free for you. Go and hit up Sir Sleeper, man, and I'm pretty sure
hit up.
I'll buy one. You look like you was well rested.
So, how was your January? Our January was full of ups and downs. Of course, we lost a lot of people, like we've already explained. There was a lot of things going on in our health. We're trying to get better at eating right, and that's usually what people do in the New Year anyway. They go on a Daniel fast, or they start going to the gym.
Have you been eating right?
I've been trying to eat better, and I don't even know how I got to the point where I eat so bad. But
I've been eating right and left. I've been eating everything that come in front of me all the time.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like, I've been trying to do better, right? Because I know I want to be around for a good
long time.
Yeah, and I want to be healthy, not just around. Because when you're around, they push you around, and they're like, "Come on, go change his diaper." Yeah. And I'm like, man,
that's not what we want.
That's not what I want, man.
Right.
I want to be able to move and have fun, man.
Right, and so I have to say, ladies, get it checked. Don't worry, get it done. Don't wait, don't sit.
Get with you.
Anything that you find wrong within yourself or you don't feel like it's right with you, get it checked.
Right.
If you're unsure, you don't know, I'm one of those ones who I will tough it out. I don't want to go. I'll hurt until I can't hurt no more, so I'll stay at home. But just go. And I will say get everything checked, because it could be nothing. It could be something, but you won't even know what to pray for until you figure it out. So go ahead, go in, males too, whatever it is,
Hey,
get it checked.
man, you find a
Don't be
lump somewhere,
scared.
go get that lump looked at, man.
Go get it looked at. Go
For
get it
real.
looked at. Get it checked
Yeah.
and change. I think a diet will help. I think mind state will help. We were talking about like who's the more optimistic and who's the more pessimistic. We saw an interview with Mr. Barack Obama on the Breakfast Club. He was saying that Michelle was the more pessimistic one and that he was the more optimistic. And that was, interesting to me.
Why you say that?
Well, just because, it seemed like, I don't know. After watching Becoming, she seemed like she was like, go getter. Like she didn't need much encouragement to, go get things done, to not even really worry. But she had a big team. She didn't have a lot to worry about. But
Didn't she say like at one point like she didn't want that? She didn't want to go to that.
She did say,
but man, Michelle. First Lady Michelle is and
that
you gotta remember
best thing about it. She handled all of it with grace. All 8 years, even now, she my gosh, Inauguration Day, she handles everything with
she had a nice,
grace.
really, really nice, dope outfit.
She
you know
did.
What I'm saying? That hair was on point. You know what I'm saying?
From top to bottom.
You seen President Bush looking at her?
Right, he always looking at her. That's his sweetie pie.
Is that Michelle?
He be winking at her.
Obama, he just be like, all right, man. He ain't tripping. He like, all right. Man.
They had a meme that was like, it was George Bush pushing people out the way. He was like, where my girlfriend Michelle at?
Man, but you got to remember, like, so she say pessimistic, but she more like ride or die. You know what I'm saying?
You think so?
Yeah, like
loyal.
Yeah, it's like she ride and kill somebody while we ride.
Won't.
But what I'm saying is that's Michelle.
I
might
you know what I'm saying? Threaten to, but I won't.
If you look at Michelle Obama, she was looking like the whole she ain't play.
Michelle
Obama
play no games. Doesn't play.
She don't play no games. She grew up different.
Play.
She like
Chicago.
Hey, look, off top, come at me if you want to. They had to tell her like, hey, we need you to, because she is if she said that she was more pessimistic, he lived with her, he know. But I think it's probably because had to go through all this nonsense, you know what I'm saying?
That's true. It's a lot. It's something that can develop over time. It's not always there. And I think that it's a habit you can break out of. And I think that's what manifestation is about. I've been seeing a lot of people like lately, like for example, Kevin on Stage, he wrote a post 12 years ago that said that he was going to be an executive and a millionaire and that he was going to run television shows. He said he didn't even know what it was going to be, but that was what he was going to do. And here he is 12 years later, and he's manifested that dream. He's got his own studio. He's got a show with Will Smith. There are a lot of people who manifest things just by speaking them. So I will say that it's best to think on good things as often as you can. Write them down. Keep them posted near you, by you, around you. Don't have Debbie Downers around you. Let people know. There's people who say, I give you like 5 minutes to cry, and then after your 5 minutes are up, you're done. And so
I'm going to need 6.
Okay.
Off top, man. So I will say I agree with that, right? And at the same time, though, like saying stuff and writing it down and everything else, man, you gotta have patience. Cause I know, like you talk about living healthy, working out. I heard a comedian, he was like, man, working out. Man, I went there and I worked out. He was like, and then I gotta do this again tomorrow. Yeah, like, nah, man, this ain't for me. I'm just gonna stay fat. And so, patience, man. Patience and perseverance, man.
Patience is a virtue.
Man, and
I do not yet possess. Oh, Lord, help me.
One of the biggest things, man, is how do you overcome those hurdles? You know what I'm saying? That
That's
let down,
true.
like going back to after not winning the race and then still picking yourself up and going back and now being nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize. You know, like how do you find that get up and go, that perseverance after being knocked down so many times?
I think you gotta just know and have faith that what's for you is for you. And I always wondered why they said, what is how they say it, all things work together for the good of those who love the Lord. And I was always like, well, bad things be happening and they love the Lord. But there were some people, for example, the story of Morehouse. I don't know if you know it, about the young man who was unable to graduate on time. And I can't remember the circumstances, but I don't know if he couldn't pass a class.
Oh yeah,
or
he had to wait a whole
right,
year,
he had a
right?
whole year and redo a whole year and go to Morehouse. Well, it happened the year that he did graduate. A billionaire paid off the student loans of every student who graduated that year.
Let me
And
tell
if
you.
he was so disappointed and didn't want to do that year again, but if he hadn't, he would still have student loans to pay.
Loans, man.
And so it was a blessing.
But shout out to this what do they call it? Peoples running the thing.
People's running the thing.
They said they trying to take away them things.
I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, the student loans?
Yeah, man.
Yes. They are lobbying to take away student loans for people, for student loan forgiveness. And I think it should definitely be student. I don't understand why education costs so much to begin with anyway. Why we have to pay so much to educate ourselves and then get paid to have a job after we've educated ourselves to pay back the people who educated us.
Man, it's all just.
I don't understand. It's education. It should be. It's knowledge. It's free. Yeah. Why should we have to pay for it?
Man, people get the knowledge and then they hold it and realize it's marketable. You know, so then they market it, but it's so far above market value. You know what I'm saying? Like you go to school, have to pay all this money, and then only make $40,000, $50,000 out of college. And so, or not even.
That's
you know?
Very true.
And so it's like,
That's
man,
very, very true.
Now I got to work super hard. Can't be around the fam as much as I want to.
Work out to pay the student loans that I worked or that I gathered so that I could work to have a family to be able to afford to take care of, and now I don't get to see. Doesn't make no sense to me. But I pray that all student loans are forgiven. I pray that all are forgiven, all sins are forgiven. But I pray that all student loans are forgiven, and that we can move on into this year like without worry, because people, that's something that they won't be able to sleep about, and that they won't be able to eat because of. And if that is forgiven, then they have a whole new, outlook on life. They can be optimistic now.
Listen, I'm telling you like this. Student loans, I'm like, no, you gave it to me when I was a student. I'm not a student anymore. That's that student's loan. So I'm changing my social. I'm changing my first name, last name.
It works like
everything,
that. It works like that. But it doesn't. I never wanted to take out a student loan. I didn't because I just didn't want to. Not to say I haven't accrued other kinds of debt, but I don't.
How much was that shirt you got on? How much was that headband?
It was actually on sale.
Let's not even get into
the headband was free. Yeah. It came free with the wig.
You can afford shirts with letters. You see mine.
Yeah.
I don't got nothing, man. God, I need an edge
but
up.
But you chose it.
Listen, you got me on camera without an edge up. Everything.
I didn't put you on camera. You put yourself on camera.
I know, because we need to have the money.
You better post this too. Though we talking about I ain't posting this because I ain't got no edge up. Okay.
Okay. Listen. I don't even got nothing in my.
You don't got nothing in your cup no more. I got a little bit more.
I don't want it.
I wasn't offering it to you. I was finna finish it.
Oh well, finish it.
I am finish it, man.
Off top, you ain't gonna talk to me crazy.
I wasn't offering it to you.
All right, well I ain't offering it to you either. That's the other thing, man. So in relationships, sometimes it's nice to get spicy, create those little
spicy.
Sometimes I come home and I create arguments.
He don't know that don't work.
Mm-hmm. I was like, oh, so you just want to lock the top and the bottom lock?
Yes.
You know what? Get upstairs, take your drawers off. We about to fight. I can't believe you want to lock the top and the bottom.
I don't like the fights.
Listen.
Okay, that
Listen.
don't work for me.
We some wrestlers.
We don't. That is.
We wrestlers.
This is not WWE.
Okay, get the baby oil. Get the baby oil, Yvette. Can't believe you like the top of the bottle
We
lot.
don't even got none.
Listen, we about to make some babies.
We don't
Get the
even
baby
got
oil.
none. But what's new? What's different?
Man, what else is popping in the streets?
Well, there's always so much going on. There's the corona vaccine. Are you getting the corona vaccine?
I'm not even getting corona, first off.
Well, of course not. If you get the vaccine, you don't have to get. You won't get corona.
Yeah, if I don't get corona, I won't need the vaccine. It's hand in hand.
That's true. Okay. All right. Well,
I'm just not gonna get sick. Okay? I'm not getting sick.
You're not worried about getting sick?
I'm not going to. Okay.
Well, that's what's up. You don't have to worry
I'm
about
stay
getting
away
sick.
from people that I'm just gonna stay right here.
Okay.
In the same chair that you left me in.
The same one.
Mm-hmm. To my aunt, she rides equestrian.
Dragline bars. Anyway, Valentine's Day is coming up.
Yo.
And so.
Yeah. Oh, also, when it comes to couples and things like that, looking at Barack and Michelle, it seems like they both were really hustlers and go-getters, right? So in a relationship, is it usually one that's a hustler and the other one is like, hey, man, you know, are both of them hustlers? Like, what is the dynamic that works the best? Like, for me, like, my wife, she been on her grizzy. You know what I'm saying? And so,
no, not really. I'm really the fall back, like, handle the background type. Like,
since when? You in the forefront.
I could be in the forefront, but I ain't no hustler.
You're not a hustler?
I don't think I'm a hustler.
I think you's a hustler. You's a hustler.
I'm a hustler, homie.
You's a hustler.
I don't think so.
You's a hustler,
Thank
homie.
you.
You's a hustler. Yeah, man. So because I realized, man, growing up, it's a difference. It's dynamics that change. You know, like when it comes to business and things like that. And I'm all about people coming up and realizing that you are the business. You are the conglomerate.
You are the brand.
It's not what you like. You are the brand. Like we work so hard to put other people on us, man. But put yourself on. You know what I'm saying? Work hard to put yourself on. Make your own everything. Put you on. You know what I'm saying? So
that's very true. Make sure people know your name.
Yeah. And so that's something I enjoy doing is helping people get on. You know what I'm saying?
It is. So you help
to help you get on.
Okay, well that's what's up.
Yeah. So man, and I really like it when I see other couples do the same thing. Like is like the wife or whatnot start a business and the husband be like, go get it, girl, go get it. I'll be at home with my feet up, watching the baby. While you go make that money. And I also like it when the man out there, you know, like, hey, I'm about to make this bread, and she be like, that's my baby, that's my boo. You go do what you gonna do. Hey. And like, that's what I need right there. Cheerleader. I need a cheerleader. I feel like that should be a song. I need a cheerleader.
That is a song.
See what I mean? Because it's the real thing. I need a cheerleader, man. That's all the dude really want. He just wants somebody to tell him, yo, you got that. You got it.
You can do it.
You know what I'm saying?
You can do it.
Yeah, we just want to hear like, yo, hey, it's too easy. You got it.
It's too easy.
Man, go ahead. Do that thing. Do that thing. Do it. That's all we want to hear. If you tell us that every day, guess what? We're going to do it. We're going to do everything that you tell us we can do. And everything you come against us with, guess what? We're going to try to do it just because we want to show you that we could do it.
Do it till you're satisfied.
And that's all I think the woman wants too is, you know, that's why Vito's song went so hard. You know what I'm saying? That's why it went ridiculous.
You got it.
Because everybody would just want to hear you got it. You know what I'm saying?
You got it. You got it. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Talk your ears.
Go ahead, girl.
He's so crazy.
Go get your money right.
Yep.
Go get that degree.
Your bag.
Get that degree.
Get your body right.
Look.
That's the revenge, isn't it?
But I say, to be honest, like, your body is right.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Right next to me where it's supposed to be.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Supposed to be. Nah, but it's like as you live life and you grow, you realize that people grow, they change, they evolve, they
This
become
is
more.
Brandon and Yvette. And are we signing out?
We signing out.
We are signing out. Yo, thank
All right,
y'all for
y'all.
watching. We appreciate you attending. Watch, like, subscribe,
All
love,
that stuff.
share, Google. What?
Google.
I don't know. Just
Google.
watch it again.
Yeah.
Put it on repeat.
You
Put it
know.
on repeat. Put it on repeat. Put it on repeat. But anyway, we love you. God loves you. Peace out. What's that?